with the TikTok ban going into place, I am rapidly trying to rescue 4+ years of my personal TikTok content because it's essentially a diary and a vlog of how far I've come, and I'm not willing to lose that because the United States government is being just spectacularly stupid, or more stupid than usual. This is very see-through. We know why you don't want this app. It's not subtle. Don't think any of them are going to see this, but still, might be nice. Content warning for this one: allusion to past medical neglect, child abuse, parentification, emotional incest, probably some allusions to some past boyfriends who, I'm a survivor of SA. But mostly utter wins, and figuring things out and getting settled into Hawksong weaving, and starting to gear up towards this past summer where I got these removed. So I hope you enjoy. So I got asked to give a demonstration about photography techniques for a bunch of local queer artists, and I was doing so, and then it was not my turn anymore, and I'm realizing that one of my trauma responses for making myself less of a target and taking up less space is not breathing. To the point where Miss Penelope, this one right here, got really frickin' pissed. Because she's my medical alert cat. She's such a brat. I hate that she's always right. And started actively screaming at me. I'm gonna find the footage, because it was recorded. It was a bunch of recorded presentations, and I will find the footage and share my bit on my other channel, but and be able to watch everyone else's presentations. But god damn it, I just wanted to watch the things and then I stopped breathing involuntarily. What the fuck? I'm okay, Penelope. Stop being. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes dizziness. Oh, there goes spots. Yeah, I get it, body. I get it. Shut up. I saw a comedian bit on here, and he was talking about other things, but it's not because it's not happening. It's because they don't trust you enough to talk to you about it. And that's pretty much how 99% of my medical neglect went. Because I learned from a very young age not to bring up certain things. If I brought something to my parents based on what my health was doing, it had reached critical levels. Because I knew that if I came to them with, hey, I broke one of my fingers, I'm 99% sure, and it wasn't observed by another adult who was concerned, I'd get, we'll wait for a couple days, we'll wait for a couple weeks, and by that point my dissociation had taken care of the pain, and I was already figuring out how to move around that broken fucking finger. Just...
Blood runs thicker than water, blood runs thicker than water, blood runs thicker than water. We both feel the same when your eyes are closed. I am the river's daughter.
Okay, just got my deodorant on. Let's get my tea gel. No. There we go. Okay. That was an interesting crosswalk.
Am I holding a grudge, or do I just accurately remember how poorly you treated me and I'm no longer defending your reputation?
Realizing that now that I have my mast cell activation syndrome mostly under control, most of my intolerance of spice was an allergic reaction. I'm trying different hot sauces, and I can't do sriracha because that's fermented. But, Texas Pete is fantastic. I don't think I'm gonna go for it every time, but, I'm trying other ones, and, as long as they're not crazy fermented, they're really, really freaking good. Black pepper is fantastic. How much of my life has been an allergic reaction? And, I hate, this stuff is absolutely genetic. Looking at my grandmother, looking at my mother's eating patterns, looking at the diet culture, so much of my family and my family history with food has been allergic reactions. And, it's exhausting and it's infuriating, but, spicy food is good. Flavor is good. The fuck? I made it to 30. I'm going to make it to 33. My birthday party shall be legendary!
Ableism when it came to the implications of using a wheelchair.
First off, if you are neurodivergent or you have a loved one who is neurodivergent, go watch and subscribe to Katiosaurus. Her content has been invaluable to me over the years, but this in particular has been really, really helpful. I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that has been severely medically neglected from when I was a young child. I'm rapidly losing mobility in my knees, as in my knees are becoming too hypermobile, and I'm scared that I'm going to get sent to the ground because they just don't knee properly. I had to cut grocery shopping early a few days ago because I couldn't handle it. It was too painful. And because I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, I lock my knees constantly in order to not fall when I have a pre-syncope episode. And because I'm hypermobile, they overlock and they lock backwards. And I've been genuinely terrified. I'm reaching out to my doctor for braces, knee braces, and we'll be working on that. But this helped a lot because I've been so fucking scared of the possibility of needing a wheelchair, of needing those motorized scooters in the grocery store. And there's been a lot of internalized ableism, but also less about using the mobility aid and more about the cost, because wheelchairs, especially tailored to the individual wheelchairs, are fucking expensive. And fears that I'm not worth it, that money is better spent elsewhere in my family, and this has helped a lot. Thank you, Katiosaurus, for so much that you do. I genuinely appreciate it. Hey, Bonnie, I got the memo for the Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. You don't need to kick me while I'm down with the fucking pots.
The victim of abuse, that they have a responsibility to try and keep that relationship going.
If you've been forced to go no contact, please go watch the rest of that video. But it's also part of why I personally am not shy when I encounter this sort of thing, when I encounter this sort of rhetoric of, oh, well, you didn't try enough as the child. It's part of why I'm not shy to be like, all right, cool, trauma dump, because I'm no contact after years of medical neglect, suicidal ideality, verbal abuse, emotional incest, and I can go fucking on with details and receipts. I'm okay, Penelope. I know my heart rate got up. But yeah, it's part of why I'm like, okay, you think all the onus should be on me? Cool. Here's most of what they did with receipts. Fuck off. I preface this with I am not directly impacted by medical fraud or anything that the donor conceived persons movement is working towards, but I am trying to put in the work for being an ally. I'm not posting this for clout. I'm merely trying to, here's a situation where I have spoken up, how I've been verbally smacked back down, and how I've handled that. I'm not going to show screenshots because this is a private group, but so in a queer group that I was in, someone posted about the fact that the New England sperm donor bank has closed, and where else are we supposed to go that's in driving distance? I commented, this is not a direct answer to what you asked, but does need to be said. Please do research into the donor-conceived people movement before considering a large cryobank or any U.S. cryobank in general. There's currently no federal cap on the number of siblings made. They are under no legal obligation to inform you of genetic health issues, and fertility fraud is being revealed at heartbreaking rates. I'm not sure what the DCP best recommended practices are at this moment, but I do know that cryobanks do not practice informed consent at best, and that huge numbers of SA reports are coming out at worst. In this group, the moderators are not great about keeping their personal biases out of resources being offered. So I got jumped on. I got accused of attacking the OP, etc., and I replied, "I find it interesting that my comment was interpreted as an attack. From my end, it was intended as a heads up for a threat to their and any potential child's health that they may not be aware of," followed by acknowledgement that I wasn't aware of current best practices as suggested by the people most affected by said harm, and a suggestion for where to find resources. I apologize for any emotional harm I might have caused, however I invite you to reflect on why this was viewed as an attack. Thankfully, a lot of the people in the comment section are thanking me for bringing this up, rightfully scolding the moderator for the wibbly-wobbly application of the guidelines and rules in this group. But I will fully admit that there was an adrenaline reaction, there was a trauma response, but while I may not be directly impacted, I'm very, very hyper aware that my biological father meets every single personality and social trend for being a serial donor, and I don't know how many siblings I have. I haven't had a sibling season yet, but I genuinely believe it's only a matter of time, because there are 5 of us that he's fathered that I know of, because he kept trying to have a boy. But just here's how I handled this. If I overstepped, I apologize, but yeah. We're not going to insult fried rice that way on this page. No, no, no. Especially now that so many content creators have taught us how to make really good fried rice. They've taught us to wash the rice. They've taught us not to be like Jamie Lee Oliver, or whatever the frick that chef's name is, and how to make good fried rice. We're not going to compare the crimes my mother did to rice and to food in general. We're not going to compare that to fried rice. Have a nice evening. Did I have an incredibly hard day and was really overwhelmed and jumping at noises outside before my nesting partner left for the gym, before which she told me very firmly to actually rest? Yes. Am I going to start a new warping project regardless, because I've now had food at an even more even keel and this is going to be soothing? Yes. I don't have a weaving problem. It's a weaving business. I'm not... you're the one with the problem.
You're 19?
Yes.
You look older. That's not a compliment. I'm telling you, you look troubled and older than your years. Your father looks better. Your grandmother looks better. They look appropriate to their age and stage and clearer. So I think that you should get some help.
Oh yeah, no, we made all of our own soy milk. Such a frickin' pain in the butt. Like, I would like one of those nut milk machines again someday, though. But was it less expensive to make your own soy milk? Like, I know that it got up in price for me and my family, but it still tasted really good, and, was it more expensive, or what was the logic there? Oh no, it was so much more expensive because we used the organic dried soybeans, the organic stevia extract that I had on authority from my social worker mother, who was doing all of this, was more expensive than the going rate for cocaine in the town, and really, really expensive organic vanilla extract. That's how we made our soy. Why? What was the logic? Do I want to know what the logic was? Well, clearly the store-bought stuff had processed sugar and preservatives in it, so it was equal to heroin or cocaine for she and I, because clearly we were addicts and, dangerous to our household if we didn't keep strict diets and develop eating disorders that I did not have before she, put this bullshit into my head. Okay.
I was walking to my job in Nebraska and I hear a voice behind me go, "Excuse me, sir." And I said, "What's up?" And he goes, "Or whatever." Didn't go for ma'am, just or whatever you've got going on. Which, as a non-binary person, that's the best I can do.
So when my nesting partner and I moved in, a year later,
the people who owned the building sold it, and our new landlords had clearly been told ahead of time that we were trans, and were so sweetly nervous about the entire thing, because they were like, it's pretty clear which way you both are trans, but we don't want to assume, so you have a bunch of D&D manuals. Here, have a TTRPG that our friend wrote as a housewarming gift, even though you've been here for a while, but it was very sweet. Well, it looks like we're not going to get the conclusion of Ruby. I should play Mass Effect again. No! Good gods, no! What? No! Please, no! Something I am noticing with chronic illness, in my particular case, hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, POTS, mast cell bullshit, etc. Something I am noticing is I get one thing under control, and then the other thing that had previously been under control flies out the fucking window. For example, I'm on testosterone. I am transmasc. I have an appointment to get these fucking chopped off. But a side effect of the testosterone with my POTS is that it makes the pre-syncope symptoms a lot better. So I'm able to walk further without, like, blacking out or having my vision gray and get really dizzy and almost fall over. Except for the fact that because I also have my mast cell issues under control, and I'm no longer on medications that were like making my weight balloon and fucking stay there, I'm losing a lot of weight, which is not a good thing because the fat was keeping my joints in place, and now my knees are so hypermobile to the point where I might fall over anyways. So I'm talking to my doctor about, okay, knee braces, wheelchair, the cane ain't doing it anymore. My knees are gonna go some opposite direction to where the knees should be going, and I'm gonna end up on the ground. Also, this is fucking painful. I can feel my knee bones squeaking on each other. They shouldn't be doing that. I'm 30!
All day, every day, therapist, mother, maid, nymph, then a virgin, nurse, then a servant, just an appendage, lift to attendant, so that he never lifts a finger. 24/7 baby machine, so he can live out his picket fence dreams. It's not an act of love if you make her, you make me do too much labor.
I am trying my girlfriend's magma chili. The last time I tried this chili, I did not realize that I had MCAS. This is poison for me on so many different levels. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't fucking try this shit. Said magma with some scallions for added freshness. The initial taste is so good, but then it burns on so many levels. The levels that I've come to identify as, oh, that's got capsaicin, and oh, that's an allergy. I'm fine, but ow. Oh, okay. Food, butter, bread, carb. The sucky thing is I could probably handle that in small doses, but it's poison on so many levels, I'm just risking a spoon. The room is swaying, and the time stream is skipping beats. I don't like it. It's rude. Someone should tell it off. Perhaps a cat. A cat might be very successful at telling time off. I'm going to have a burrito.
I am the master of darkness, the sealer of fates, the scourge from the underworld, and I won't stop until all the heroes of light are destroyed!
Oh my gosh, you are the cutest little thing.
What?
I love you, you're precious, and I just want to hug you.
I will literally kill you.
Oh, you're a little feisty when you're angry, huh?
It's not your fault that you're living in a world that you weren't genetically or evolutionarily designed to thrive in. And it's not your fault if that's messing with your mental health. It'd be weird if it didn't.
What?
Butch lesbian or trans man? Oh, trans mask non-binary. Ooh.
So, my nesting partner and I have a wake-up morning routine because I am a morning person. She is very much not. The sun is a deadly laser goth. And part of that morning routine involves a brief snuggle where she rests her head on my shoulder. I, this morning, realized, oh shit, I put my testosterone on. Love, move your head, I'm making sure that my shoulder is covered because she takes a lot of Spiro to make sure that her testosterone isn't there anymore. And it's not, for the most part. Like, she's, like, minusing, like, yeah. But the oh shit moment is just a very, very trans relationship thing, and I find it deeply amusing. I am happy sobbing because I opened my door to put laundry out on the line and I saw this tucked in between the screen door and my kitchen door. My neighbors got this for me. They saw it and they thought of me. These are the neighbors with the homeschoolers that I'm like trying to build the courage up to like talk to and actually like be neighborly with. And this is the sweetest fucking story. And just, I'm feeling seen and I'm feeling part of a community and just, it's a really good book. So my gender is essentially what happens if you take an old man from northern New England and you pop him in the body of a trans mask, non-binary millennial. And my partner has absolutely internalized this and, like, you know, will make you like, okay, grandpa, let's get you to your chair. Like, not just because I'm chronically ill and constantly in pain, but also I have old man hobbies. So I got this message from them the other day of like, have you ever thought about bolo ties? My grandfather used to wear bolo ties. You seem like you would enjoy bolo ties. They're not wrong. We need to get these taken care of first. And then, yes, abso-freaking-lutely, I'm going to be doing bolo ties. Hello, Hades. You are... Stop eating my fucking... Sometimes I try to gaslight myself and say that there's no way my childhood was that bad. There's no way that all of that actually happened. And then I get genuinely apologized to after someone fucked up, and it throws my entire nervous system into disarray because I've never been genuinely apologized to after someone fucked up. Or at least not to this extent. Being gaslit, being redirected, being blamed for the fuck up. Yeah, I know how to handle that. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. What the fuck? How do people deal with this? Some deity is absolutely laughing their ass off, probably Loki, let's be honest, about the fact that both I and my nesting partner are trans in the opposite directions. I'm stupidly hormonally sensitive, and I'm here at the gynecologist getting my IUD replaced because she is more dominantly estrogen than I am, and my testosterone is not doing enough with the lack of functioning IUD to stop my periods from sinking to her weekly injection cycle. Some deity is laughing his ass off, their ass off, her ass off, its ass off, and just... Look, I'm okay with being the butt of the joke for this particular instance, because of course she has more dominant estrogen. Have you met me? I'm the bottomest, subbiest, yes, like, what the fuck?
Remember me, I ask. Remember me, I sing. Give me back my heart, you wingless thing. Of all the horrors that I promised you I'd bring. I promise you I'll sing on every time you pass your fingers through my hair and call me child. Witnessing all that I am wild. So when are you gonna sing for me? Ruining me completely, it's true. Oh, oh. go. I take my whiskey, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me.
This shirt is from another lifetime. Another lifetime when I was a children's librarian and thought that I could actually still make that work. I adore libraries. I think that libraries serve an incredibly important function. I am deeply annoyed at the number of parents and counselors who see an undiagnosed autistic AFAB child and go like, ah yes, you should be in this job that requires you to navigate a shit ton of social bullshit every single day, and you can't even get a job unless you have a bunch of social connections. Yeah, no, the field is very oversaturated. I'm much happier over here in my disabled weaving corner. But I got it off Amazon. That doesn't really help. But yeah, it's a Just My Size brand on the back, but I'm not entirely sure if they still have it. The gynecologist yesterday was very excited because she kept looking at it. I'm like, these are getting chopped off. Stop looking at these. But that didn't mesh with the rest of her entire vibe. And finally, towards the end, after she like talked me down from the panic attack, I'm gonna be going back and like, you know, dealing with this like under general anesthesia. She was like, "Is that a Charizard?" And I'm like, "No, it's just a dragon." She's like, "Of course, Charizard can't read. I just thought I knew a Pokemon." And I'm like, that's a mood, because I also don't really know the Pokemon and the Pokemans, the Pokemen, and my partners are all gamers, so yeah. So that's a mood. I feel you, boomer gynecologist. I'm back from an early Saturday morning Aldi run, and this is a haul video, I guess. Mostly I just wanted to share my joy because I have been seeing these all over my FYP for ages, and I've wanted a stock pot for fricking ever, and now I have a really pretty one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Also, these things have gotten insanely good reviews, so that is worth less than 20 bucks for frickin' sure. Also, my partners and I are reaching the, you know, mid to late 20s to mid 30s range where we just want a waffle maker, and we're going to get so much use out of this thing. Again, really good purchase. Hello, Penelope. Yes, Also, my relationship with my nesting partner is what happens when you get a trans femme who's named herself after one of the most unkillable trees on the planet, and her boyfriend turns out to have like a hyperfixation on biology. So, also, she's a foodie, so of course I'm getting her utensils made out of acacia wood. Like, yes, honey, you accidentally named yourself after the most unkillable tree on the planet. Yes. Also, strawberries were on sale, so we have so many freaking strawberries. I'm so incredibly excited. Yay. I get to cook for my peoples, and yeah. I grew up in a really toxically academic family. As in, the only way to actually succeed was to be in academia. If you did not follow the ivory tower logic that was laid out for you, you were a failure as a human being. And anytime I expressed joy at things like pretty stock pots or the sunlight on jam and marmalade or like just the beautifulness of strawberries, I'd get mocked with simple pleasures for the simple-minded. And I'm letting a lot of that go, and it's hard, but it's so incredibly worth it because I get to enjoy just the beauty of raspberry jam and apricot marmalade and strawberries and some bacon and some orange juice and a pretty stock pot that's objectively gorgeous. Why should I have to make my joy in that small?
There's nothing wrong with my body. Fat is not a dirty word. If my body tells me something, I will make sure it is heard. If my body is a vessel, I will give it what it needs. I will not betray my body no matter what they think of.
Thank the gods for trauma-informed gynecologists, because she realized I was having a flashback before I did, and she pulled everything out and she's like, nope, this is going to take too long, there's going to be too much manipulation of your cervix, that's clearly what's, you know, causing this. You know, this is an entirely normal reaction for someone who has been through what you've been through, who's had that done to you. She was really good, and we're going to talk with her and my primary care and my mast cell activation specialist, and we're going to get me put under anesthesia to get the IUD swapped out. because no. But thank the gods for trauma-informed gynecologists, because I didn't fully realize I was having a flashback until she was like, nope, we're pulling out, abort, wrong terminology, but yeah.
It's amazing how one day someone walks into your life. Am I flawed? And you can't remember how you ever lived without them.
This is the story of a queer with chronic illness who doesn't like to admit it. So they overdo it on their good days and absolutely cry for a week.
I am a white, transmasculine, femme, non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill, culturally Jewish, Unitarian Universalist, non-monogamous, demi-low romantic, gray demi-bisexual, survivor of acute and complex trauma, millennial, and cat parent in mental health recovery.
Bitch, is that my sweater?
Have you ever considered that you might be fine? And that things might be okay?
What in the privileged gaslighting bullshit? Oh, honey. Bless your heart. Damn. Right. Yeah. No, I'm going to be in pain for the rest of my life because attitudes like this from my parents left me with medically neglected hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Yeah, no, I'm not fine. I have multiple traumagenic mental disorders. I'm just, what the absolute fuck? I was putting away the dishes, and I found myself singing, involuntarily, I'm allowed to sit down, I'm allowed to sit down, I don't always need to be working, I'm allowed to sit and take a break, even when there are tasks I am shirking. I was singing this involuntarily as I was doing a task that I could have shirked and actually sat down to rest. I don't have a cleaning problem as a trauma response, you do. Shut up.
I've been a little bit cold and a little too bold. They were telling me to slow down. I've been in really deep hole, spinning out of control. Now I gotta go to war now. My mind is a weapon and my body is the battlefield. And I know my soul's intentions to know what is, to know what's real. I don't need I'm more than great. Gotta go hard. I will not be a slave.
I'm a traumatized hippie autistic.
You've lost your way. You think your life is wrecked. Well, let me just say you're correct.
Wait, what?
You're a loser, baby, a loser. Goddamn, baby, you're a fucked up little whiny bitch. You're a loser just like me.
Thanks, asshole.
You're a screws-loose boozer, an only one-star revuser. You're a power bottom at rock bottom, but you got company.
Being believed by my doctors will never ever stop being a novel experience. It's a lot to take in as a medically neglected queer. But yeah, I'm being referred to a physical therapist and an osteo specialist to be fitted for bilateral knee braces. I'm getting x-rays done of my knees because it's very clear that it's arthritis and probably, fairly advanced arthritis. I'm getting prescribed a arthritic specific painkiller, and we're hoping that that's enough to help to the point where I'm not going to need a wheelchair or a PCA. Being believed by doctors is fucking weird. I'm very aware of the privilege and luck that went into this, but also just, what the fuck? I took the pain meds that I was prescribed for my arthritic knees. My knees don't hurt right now. I forgot they knew how to do that. I'm actually gonna get a good night's sleep. What the fuck?
Yep.
My girlfriend is saying ridiculous things like, I deserve to not be in pain constantly. Yep. That doesn't seem right, but I'm not going to argue because my knees aren't in pain tonight, so I'll... Okay. Yeah.
Go to the store. Buy a bottle of hoisin sauce. Open the fridge. Oh no! I have a bottle of hoisin sauce. Go to the store. Buy a bottle of hoisin sauce. Open the fridge. Oh no! I already have a bottle of hoisin sauce.
By the way, I scanned your food and it comes to, $1 gazillion. Elmo has a T-Rex and a Go Fish card.
Well, I'm not in pain, but the side effects are going to make it so I can't take this anymore, which I'm annoyed about, because it clearly works. But I'm not going to be mucking about with blood in my stool and an itchy throat. So, there's that. I've told my doctor, and my doctor has said, just, okay, stop, nope, we'll find something else. Also, please take it easy, and if you have any, like, swelling in your throat, or, like, any more blood, like, please come in. So, meloxicam doesn't mesh well with MCAS, or at least my particular bit of MCAS, apparently. But this is useful information. I'm deeply annoyed because I'm not in pain, but I'm pooping with blood, so that's not. Yeah.
I just wanted to remind you that being chronically ill, that doesn't make you a burden. Chronic illness is a burden on you.
Heads up that if you're trying really hard to be a good boyfriend and you're making the Hamantashen cookies and you don't trust your dyslexia to spell Hamantashen cookies, you can refer to them as vicious mockery hat cookies, and then your Jewish partner who plays D&D will laugh their ass off, and you will score good boyfriend points. But yeah, they are essentially vicious mockery hat cookies, from my understanding. Is like, this is a multi-generation mocking of this man's dumb hat, because he was a jackass. So yeah, we cast vicious mockery by cookies. There is a series of ads that I've been getting for this credit card, and I'm not gonna get the credit card, but it's so unlikely that the person who wrote this series of ads is actually going to see this, but I want a full series of either books or TV about this vampire couple who has schlepped all of their documents from being an old family, they're clearly vampires, and this African-American manager who just, like, whips out the credit card and gets a bunch of scanners, and, like, the employees are so clearly overwhelmed and then they're having a good time. It's like, I want this as a series. I want, like, an office drama situation, like, maybe some of the employees have, like, a witch background, or, like, werewolves or something like that, and, like, inter-office drama and romances, and just, you know, good fucking queer representation. It's fucking vampires, you gotta. But just, I want this as a series. I'm not going to use the credit card. I'm not going to get the credit card. But, like, I want this series. I don't often do cross-content sort of thing. But, so, I have a YouTube channel, Hawksong Weaving, over on YouTube. And I've got over 500 subscribers at this point. And first, I was shocked that someone asked for a Buy Me a Coffee, because what the fuck? Like, my plan was to get enough subscribers, then hopefully make some income off of the, like, ad revenue. But then I woke up, first, buy me a coffee. Okay, cool. No one's gonna actually use it. Like, they're just asking that to be nice. Then they actually used it. And that was a shock. And then I woke up this morning to a request for a Patreon. And so I've got 3 tiers right now. $5 a month, early access to videos, $10 a month, early access to videos and a first dibs group for handmade products, and for $1,000 a month, you can tell me that I'm not actually disabled, just lazy, and that I need to try whatever diet or supplement your cousin tried that cured their chronic illness. I thought this was funny. But also, Jesus fucking Christ, what if someone actually joins that one? Like, oh, I'll take it. You're like, fine, you, like, in this economy, you can degrade me and whatever for $1,000 a month. I don't, yeah, fine, whatever. But just, I had a conversation with my girlfriend, just like, why are people trying to pay me for my labor? She's like, because your labor is worth compensation and you're creating a good product and good content. And I'm like, that seems like fake news, but okay? What the fuck?
We're doing hot girl shit. Get in. Monday, can't get out of bed. Tuesday morning, pick up meds. Wednesday, retail therapy. Cash or credit, I say yes. Thursday, had a walk of shame. Didn't even know.
If I were fish and you caught me, you'd say,
Part of why I'm so annoyed that I'm having an MCAS reaction to the arthritis pain medications is that I can feel my knees. I know that they're there, but they're not in any pain. However, I am pooping blood, so I'm no longer continuing this medication. But it's like they've been Novocained, I guess, but I can still feel them, but I'm not getting the sensory input that I'm used to. So I'm having to be very careful with how I walk, because apparently the pain was what was letting me know when my hypermobility was getting involved. So I can't really walk because I'm wobbly as fuck, but also there's no pain, and I'm very annoyed that that's gonna go away, because God forbid we have something nice, and I, just have no pain and not be pooping blood. Just a thought, universe. That'd be nice.
and you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the gold, breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. You ain't never gonna know if you never even try. Do it for your country, do it for your name, 'cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame.
Whoa! Damn! I don't know what the hell you feeding him, but he is too damn big!
I was contemplating trauma cleaning the kitchen, and my nesting partner took one look at me and told me to sit my ass down because I had been having painful tachycardia all day and that I should not play Russian Potslet. Russian Potslet. I'm not mad at her, I'm mad that it's funny. And I'm mad that it was effective. Just, girl.
Super mega self-reliant, hyper independent. I won't ask for help even from those that I've befriended. Only thing I want from anybody is attention. Super mega self-reliant, hyper independent.
Your job was simple, your directive was clear. So how, in the flippity-flappity fuck, did a dangerous weapon of mass destruction end up in the hands of a Russian spy while we are in the middle of a Cold War with Russia, you fucking dum-dum?
I can't
What do you think?
pretend. I can't pretend.
You look just like your father, Coriolanus.
It's the final brain cell.
The fact that my body cracks like a motherfucking glow stick, but yet refuses to glow, is quite rude.
Mr. Vice President, Mr. Madison, Senator Burr, what is this?
Genuine question. If you were homeschooled and perceived to be a girl, and or you were a voracious reader and perceived to be a girl, at what age were you handed or came across and not supervised in reading Clan of the Cave Bear by Jean M. All? Yes, that book. I'll wait for your 1,000-yard stare if you know what book I'm talking about. Because I had this conversation with several homeschoolers who were perceived to be girls, and yeah, we've had that 1,000-yard stare just collectively. So I'm wondering if this is a universal experience, or if this is just, yeah. The problem with being a workaholic, or as one of my high school teachers put it, the Energizer Bunny, is that I currently have a stress injury on my dominant hand, which is why the camera is shaking the way it is, and I can't do my evening relaxing embroidery because I'm not able to just sit and not do anything. And I'm also trying really hard to be good and not do any actual work tonight, like my Hawksong weaving stuff. So I'm sitting here like a donkey trapped between two things of hay of equal distance, but I shouldn't be doing either of the hay. I should really just be resting and have the ability to just mindlessly watch TV while not producing labor. But I don't have that ability, and it's very frustrating, so I'm making a TikTok about it. Here is the TikTok about it.
But I've gotten to the point, you should know this too, that I'm used to the...
I'm not mad that the upstairs neighbor is playing some sort of wind instrument and like doing scale or something. I just kind of wish they had let me know that they were going to do that. Not because it's unpleasant, but because I've got some religious trauma and I thought it was the horn of the end of times. Or just... And then I thought, oh shit, the auditory hallucinations are getting really freaking weird. Yeah, no, he's just playing some sort of wind instrument and doing scales, but whew. My girlfriend's cat is, however, very upset and would very much like to kill it. Hopefully the wind instrument and not the neighbor, but she's trying very hard to figure out where the fuck that noise is coming from.
Tell me, I'm curious. Why are you still an egg?
Girls don't want a Chad. Girls want a weird goblin man who makes them laugh and brings them treasures and potions.
So this is love. The fuck it is.
A lot of people assume that because I am adorable, I am an easy person to fight. This is not the case. What I lack in physical strength, I make up for in total apathy. I don't care about your life or my life or the practical definition of a war crime. I'll do things that you wouldn't even think to do because you were raised to carry love in your heart. I'll coat my knuckles in pepper spray before I hit you. So yeah, you'll probably win. But not without making sacrifices.
Offered $100 million to watch your whole life on TV with your entire family.
Well, $100 million will definitely cover the bail that will be required from watching this with my birth family and my found family in the same room. I won't have to do anything. I'll just sit back and cackle. But yeah, no, like that's one of the main reasons why I'm no contact is I can't afford the bail money for my found family to meet my birth family. So yeah, for legal reasons, this is a joke.
What do we say when somebody wants to be our friend? Listen, we can be friends, but understand that I don't go anywhere or do anything. And after texting you back one day, I will most likely drop off the face of the planet for 2 to 3 business months. Okay?
You wanna make love? Do we got the ingredients for that?
She isn't for the streets. She's for the pond. 'Cause she's a silly goof.
I will never be good enough for you. Will I? No matter how hard I try.
My passion set on fire. This rage will take me higher than ever before. I take my aim and then swing. A little death ain't no thing to protect those I care for. So let me rage in the heat of the moment. Let me stay in the line of the fire. Let me wait them out. They can't take me down. If you let me rage, oh, would you let me rage? I would like to rage. Let me rage.
I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, so of course I sleep like this. In order to not sprain anything, I sleep upright in an armchair with extra padded blankets. My knees go up over that, and this is necessary so that I don't sprain something in my sleep or have my upper intestines stop working and throw up in the middle of the night. Blanket goes on top, and yeah, that's how I sleep. That's hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, POTS, MCAS, sleep. When your girlfriend is a lot of the stereotypes of the IT trans femme and works in warehouse logistics with robots, and then comes talking about Helldivers 2 where she's working with robots, and you then, non-gamer trans mask, have to figure out, like, through context clues, like 3/4 of the way through her info dump, whether she's talking about work or whether she's talking about Helldivers 2. This is such a niche problem, but it is a problem that I am currently facing.
What's something that movies get wrong that drives you crazy, but other people don't care about at all?
The gorgeous, powerful screech that gets put over a bald eagle in pretty much every single film. That's a red-tailed hawk. Bald eagles sound like they're choking on a seagull. This is why they're such overrated birds on so many levels. Bald eagles just suck. Yeah. No, that's a red-tailed hawk. A much cooler bird. Split pea soup and sourdough with butter. Split pea soup and sourdough with butter. Split pea soup and sourdough with butter. It makes the Victorian child that lives in my soul feel very happy.
How did you get past security? His fortress is impenetrable.
Door was unlocked.
Son of a bitch!
And you'll be on the walls of the whole face. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile. You could be the hero, you could get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke. Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. And you're never gonna know if you never even try. Do it for your country, do it for your name. Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame.
I'm a go for top surgery. I had my consultation today. It's, just scheduling and bureaucracy. My insurance is going to pay for the entire thing. I'm so incredibly thankful that I live in Massachusetts. And the way that it all happened was one of the most gender-affirming experiences I've had my entire life. I drove my girlfriend's Subaru through a nor'easter with my partner in the passenger seat, with my iced coffee from Dunk's in a blizzard, of course, as we, like, joked about how I was no longer going to be from massive, huge tits. Yep. And just singing Bohemian Rhapsody and, like, yeah, I'm gonna get these chopped off.
And the doctor said to take this pill, you'll feel much better when you wake up numb and your brain's been severed and your heartbeat won't be based on the weather when you sell yourself to me. Took your peace, your pain, your pleasure, and I left you with one face forever. You won't hurt anymore. Be careful what you wish for.
And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like Fireball.
I guess this is just what I am. I'm an object in motion. I've lost all emotion. My two legs are broken, but look at me dance. An object in motion. Don't ask where I'm going, 'cause where I am going is right where I am.
And go be a man's man. Oh, you want butch and macho? I know some trans mans with bigger balls than y'all grow. When I be out here serving, they be like, that's too girly, 'cause they prefer me in the jersey, burly, rockin' like a rainbow. Y'all got me bent. Bitch, my skirt is masculine. I swear these haters died, gave away the
I was far too scared to hit him, but I would hit him in a heartbeat now. That's the thing with anger, it begs to stick around, so it can fleece you of your beauty and leave you spent with no one to love. Makes you hurt the ones who love you. You hurt them like they're nothing. You hurt them like they're nothing.
You disrespect the cat, you disrespect the family.
Of course I'm frustrated! A crazy man poisoned me, and now I can't dress myself, or cook for myself, or do anything for myself. And this whole time, my friends have been off helping the world while I'm stuck with you, and you can't even heal me!
Tiny cats are so cute, small cats are the best. No, show me your massive cat.
This is Hades Himbo. Hades Himbo was the runt of the litter. I tell people that he's the size of a small bobcat, and they don't believe me. He is in fact the size of a small bobcat. I am not a small person. Like, yeah, he's my good massive boy, and he is the stupidest cat on the face of the planet. To the point where, when we get mice in the basement, I let my landlords know, not because I'm worried for the mice, but because I'm worried that he's going to give himself a concussion running into a wall. Best guess is at least a quarter Maine Coon. He was the runt of the litter, and he just didn't stop growing. And it wasn't until he started not stopping growing that I realized that his father was the Maine Coon mixed tomcat that was running around town all summer. He has a lot of siblings in southern Vermont, and I'm incredibly glad that I have him, but also, please don't deliberately get your less than a year old cats pregnant as an effort to, like, cheer up your child, because his mother was deliberately gotten pregnant while she was still a kitten, and she didn't live past 2 years old. Shocking. But I'm incredibly, incredibly glad that I have him. When I brought him home, I had an elegant black floof of an older dame cat who came with the name Persephone. I adopted her knowing that she was older, knowing that black cats in shelters are less likely to get adopted, and she was quite annoyed with me for bringing home this tiny scrap of brown fur, because again, he was the runt. I did not know that he was getting this big. I did not know that I was going to be getting a Maine Coon mix. But he worshipped the ground that she walked on, and because, oh, I've got this older black goth cat named Persephone and this tiny scrap of brown fur, I'll name him Hades, it'll be hilarious. Except then he kept growing, and growing, and growing, and worshipping the ground she walked on. So he absolutely grew into the name Hades Himbo. I also say this with immense love for the breed and the mixes. It's an entire breed of orange-brained cats. Those who know will know. Those who don't know, think either the smartest cat on the planet or the dumbest cat on the planet, and there's no fucking in between. They've got maybe one brain cell that occasionally sparks. He's gone off to be beaten up by the lady cat, so don't have him in the frame. But yeah, no, they can absolutely take up to 5 years to finish growing, and the mixes especially will have second puberty, aka second growth spurt, which I find deeply funny as a transmasc person, because I'm going through my own second puberty in case his glorious mustache, and we find it deeply funny that of course I landed with a cat who's also going to have second puberty, and he's likely going to get bigger. I don't know how I'm going to handle it when he gets bigger. Like, he's already freaking massive. Like, I haven't weighed him recently, but I think all cats are small because he has broken my internal, like, gauge on how big a cat should be.
Dangerous out there to walk so high to save you. I think it's
Twin, where have you been?
Nobody knows me like you do. Nobody gon' love me.
One of the things that infuriates me the most about the whole my parents are clearly spinning the narrative that my trans femme girlfriend, who has been a huge support, both emotional, physical, mental, and otherwise, as I've gone no contact, they're spinning the narrative that she's manipulating me, that she's keeping me from the family, that she's, the predatory trans femme taking advantage of the poor confused autistic child. Oh my god. One of the things that annoys me the most about it is the entire hit dogs holler, because no, that's describing y'all's relationship, not mine and my girlfriend's. Like, when my stepmother transitioned, like, my mother actively shamed her and told her that she was transitioning into a mid-40s housewife, not a slutty 14-year-old, and to cover herself up more. And that's just one example. And we're not gonna, like, unpack all of that. Just the amount of hit dogs holler, and the amount of projection coming out of this bullshit. Thankfully, the family members who I'm still in contact with, who actually give a fuck about their opinions, are all genuinely confused about where the fuck they're pulling this out of their asses. And I have had to explain TERFs to my grandmother, and my grandmother, like, is in her mid-80s, and it's like, this is one of the stupidest things I have ever heard of. What utter nonsense. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Like, just the genuine confusion from her of, like, your girlfriend treats you incredibly well. You are doing the best I have seen you your entire life. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not actively suicidal. I've been that since 8. Like, let's not fucking kid ourselves here. What the fuck? Dyslexia is a fucking bitch. I scheduled a meeting, and I genuinely believed that it was at 8 o'clock. Seemed a little early, but okay. You know, the store doesn't open until like 10. But yeah, alright, cool, I'm not gonna argue. No, it was for Monday the 8th at 11. Not Monday the 8th on the 8th at 8. So I'm gonna go home, and I'm gonna reschedule this, because my cats were already freaking out due to the eclipse, so I'm just gonna reschedule this. But yeah. It's not a great angle because of the backlight, and the fact that Hades is all cinnamon rolled up while they watch the squirrels, but the little squeak was actually from Belith. She's my girlfriend's cat. She's an Abyssinian mix. She is about the quarter of Hades' size. And she is one of the lady cats that's beats him up, and he loves her for it. This morning we have the morning cartoons. We call our birdseed subscription the cat cartoon subscription. But yeah, no, the tiny squeak was Belith in that video. The fact that everyone's like, oh my gosh, he squeaked. Like, nope, different cat. Hi, darling, I know. I forget that the artists get the notifications. Ah! Oh my god, the skunk cabbages are out! Oh, that's so exciting. What is a skunk cabbage? Well, it's a cabbage, and it smells like a skunk when you step on it. So it's called a skunk cabbage.
Do ba 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 do do ba do boo do a boo ba do boo boo ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do 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 a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do a do ba do ba do ba do.
I appreciate the spirit, but I don't think that people are going to believe that I tripped on my cat and landed face first into testosterone gel. Okay, I got some yarrow leaf on my thumb to stop the bleeding and got it bandaged up. Let's cook some hasta shoot. So I've been wanting to share this story for a long time, and I think that you especially will appreciate this. I was taking a medicinal herbal class as a homeschooler, and my herbalist teacher is like, oh, here's yarrow, and to teach you how to identify it, I'm going to have you taste some. It tastes really good, and you're never going to forget the taste, or you're never going to forget the plant. And I naively, trustingly, because she was my teacher, bit the yarrow and tasted it. And yarrow is one of the most bitter things on the planet because it's medicinal, and most medicinal plants and herbs are incredibly bitter. And to this day, I'm like, oh, yay, there's the not tasting good plant. I retained that information. And I asked her why she did that, and she's like, that's how my teacher taught me. And I've never been able to forget yarrow because that taste doesn't really leave your mouth. Yeah. Hello. Yes. Yes, I see you. Hello, darling. Yes, I was talking to your brother.
So that when the time comes, we stoats will banish the darkness and its monsters forever.
That cat tries to attack pretty much everything moving on that screen. That cat ain't fucking with the Bria Iyengar.
That all of these things that they've been told are normal are not normal.
First, go back and watch the rest of that video. This was the tail end of it, and it brings up some really good points. Also, I'll add that this is so much worse when there's other forms of intergenerational trauma within the family around diet culture and food, etc. Because I grew up being compared to a heroin addict for eating processed sugar and for wanting to eat processed sugar. My mother fully bought into the OA cult. And as an adult, learning it's not normal to be in pain after you eat. It's not normal for chips to cut your gums. It's not normal to never have a solid bowel movement. It's not normal to make utilitarian food decisions around, okay, this tastes good, but it hurts too badly later on, so I don't like it. That's not how normal people make decisions about what their favorite food is. They're just going by taste and texture. They're not going by how much it hurts. And especially with hypermobility and heads and, and all that jazz, MCAS is really, really common. And I hate being also autistic, which is also really, really common, and tracking the intergenerational trauma around food and watching how that has been passed down through generations. Because I'm pretty damn sure that my grandmother had MCAS and that she inevitably lost her life to it because most antidepressants don't fucking work. And like, I look at my mother and my mother's eating history with OA, and I'm like, bitch, that's MCAS. That's not normal. The fact that you don't look fat, you look swollen, that's not normal. The fact that you're making these food decisions based on what hurts, that's not normal. This a million times. I was constantly belittled, mocked for constantly having unexplainable bruises, for bouncing off of walls, and for being really clumsy because my limbs were changing length on a daily basis based on what my defective collagen was doing. And I was told that, this is going to be the year that we just get you a t-shirt for Christmas that says, ow. I'm going to be getting myself that t-shirt. And when you go out and you realize, this isn't normal, the rest of the world doesn't do this, and you then bring that knowledge back to your family, it's very Plato's Cave, but it also, it feels like you got out of a cult, and your family's still in the cult, and they're still just absolutely gobbling that blue pill, and you've had the red pill, you know that this isn't normal, your body moving like this isn't normal, their bodies moving like that isn't normal. But because it's been normalized for them, you feel like you're the crazy one.
You might say it looks sort of blue. Blue.
Crazy, the very first sin was a woman who ate. A woman who ate. She served and licked the plates.
After figuring out my antihistamine dosage for my MCAS, I am reclaiming the fucking food of my people. I'm having my noodles with butter and a little bit of parm. This is mine. This is my right as an autistic person. This is mine. Supposedly this song dictates how my entire life is gone? Okay. Fuck you! Oh, fuck you. No. Fuck you. Just fuck you.
Honey, there is no right way. So I fall in love just a little bit every day with someone new. I fall in love just a little bit every day with someone new.
Thank you for not judging me, Bo. Oh, have you seen me? Who am I to fucking judge?
I've seen you. I've seen you a lot.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. I've gotten used to it. It's manageable with showers, but a heads up that your doctors may not tell you. For those of us who have been through some shits, the smell of unwashed testosterone crotch near to you in your bed can be triggering. Just something to know ahead of time, potentially. Yeah, you're gonna need to shower a lot more because you're just gonna start dripping oil, and yeah, if you could get away with showering once a week, you're gonna need to shower once a day to every 2 days. Otherwise, you're going to smell like a high school gym locker room. And that might be fun for folks during sexy times. I don't know. I'm ace, but yeah, just a heads up.
Oh, my arms are just fucking stuck like this. There's
well, fuck! What do I do? Now I gotta walk like a douche for the rest of my life.
You disrespect the cat, you disrespect the family.
Antihistamines and mood stabilizers, antihistamines and mood stabilizers, antihistamines and mood stabilizers. It's like I'm allergic to being alive.
I have an MCAS pimple/cyst developing in one of the worst places for an MCAS pimple/cyst to develop. And I'm also disabled, so I need to sit down regularly.
It's just how I'm doing, making music. Don't ask me how I did it, I just did it. It was hard. I just pulled
on something that you're not gonna like.
Well, it sounds like a sheet of paper, but I guess you're referring to what's on the sheet of paper. What's this? I don't know! I mean, seriously, what's with you people? I'm blind!
Here, honey, it's American Girl content. You liked that as a kid, right? That is Samantha. Fuck Samantha. I don't do Samantha. I was a Kirsten girly, and I was correct in being so. Also a Kaya girly, but that was a little culturally appropriative. I think I stepped on a phantom landmine. There was a homeschool girl who was super into Samantha, had all the Samantha stuff, lorded it over my head. She was insufferable. I found the character Samantha absolutely insufferable as well, and also she would say that my Kaya doll could not join because she was ugly, so there's some racism involved as well. Fuck her, and by extension, fuck Samantha. That was a lot of proper nouns. I have no idea what you're talking about. That is what it feels for me when you try to explain Kingdom Hearts.
So I ran through the fire and I held out my hand. I'm not here to save you, I don't have a plan. You see, love isn't rescue, it's someone to lose. And my feet burn but dear, now I'm in this with you.
I could rub your tummy.
How'd you like to rub it from the inside, mouse boy?
Sorry, I'm a little confused.
Would you rather be stuck in the woods with a man or a bear? Most of the women said a bear.
I would also so much rather be stuck in the woods with a bear, because I grew up in a place where the woods occasionally had cows in them. And I would so much rather deal with a bear than a strange man in the woods or a bunch of cows, because the bear, if you make enough noise, depending on what species it is, and you don't fuck with its babies, is going to leave you the fuck alone. Men, or cows, are unpredictable. You could be getting a good one, could be getting a bad one, and that's not their natural habitat these days, and they'll fuck you up. So, yeah, I'd so much rather be in the woods with a bear than a man or cows.
Nature versus nurture. How do I know what's true, what's me, what's you? Mother, maybe, father. Which words are mine? Argue, am I?
I am aware that this makes me sound like a grumpy old man, but I'm a cool grumpy old man, so bear with me. Our upstairs neighbors have sublet to a bunch of college students, and they're being very loud. I'm not upset that they're being very loud, or at least not mostly upset that they're being very loud. I'm upset because we live in Western Massachusetts. You cannot throw a rock in my downtown without hitting a weed dispensary. Why do you, absolutely, alter reality. That's your prerogative and your survival mechanism. Why do you have to alter reality with alcohol? Because it makes you loud instead of nicely quiet and hungry. And also, you keep filling up the recycling bins. I don't have room for my recycling because there's all these alcohol bottles. And, please just have a nice weed. Please just have a nice weed. Please stop making this much noise. And stop, hogging the recycling bin. I know that's not actually what's going to happen, but yeah, you're gonna be gone soon. Go away. No more needing. They'll be off. I know that's not actually what happens, but That feels like a good representation of what my mind feels like it's going to happen.
And thanks for your advice. I wouldn't worry though. How much trouble can I get into just for asking a few questions?
Who's a heretic now? Am I making sense? How can you make it stick? Wait till the beat comes on. Who's a heretic child? Can you make it stick now that I'm on trial? Wait till the beat comes on. Who's a heretic?
Go figure. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, would you look at this? Just look at it. Just look at it.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is that?
Hades Himbo has managed to rest his chin on the ledge so that he can more effectively, lazily watch his cartoons. Work smarter, not harder. This comment was left on a video of like my genuine fear, because I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, of being hugged by one of my strong jock era partners and getting injured by their tits. And yes, absolutely, glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die. But there are enough other factors, and there is a legitimate fear of like being hugged, my glasses breaking, getting a black eye, dislocating my jaw, that like. And also because my parents are spinning the narrative that my trans femme partner especially is like manipulating the poor autistic innocent child. Oh my god, idiots. Like if I get injured that way and then have to explain, no, I wasn't hit, I have this genetic disorder, I can so see it easily being spun as, oh, methinks he doth protest too much. And just because no one's, if you see someone who has a black eye and they say, oh yeah, no, like, my partner, your immediate thought isn't, oh, that person has a genetic collagen disorder. Your first thought is, oh, that person has been, hurt and abused. And I don't want to add any fuel to that fire, but also my partners would feel so horrible if they did accidentally injure me. So like anytime, like they come in for a hug, I'm like, glasses are off, squaring the jaw, here we go. I'm just like bracing for it. Because also like I do genuinely enjoy like the strong hugs, and I love the fact that my partners are in their jock era, but just caution. Because yes, glory, glory, what a hell of a way to die doesn't actually apply when your collagen doesn't fucking work.
Not to sound like really stupid, but is the Boston Marathon longer than the LA Marathon?
No, all marathons are the same length. That's like common sense, I fear.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Because you're fine and you're mine and you look so divine. Come and get your love. Come and get your.
'Cause I'm a real tough kid, I can handle it. They said, baby, gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, and smile, even when you wanna die. He said he.
Okay, listen. Women, right? Women. But wait. Women who can kill you.
You look comfortable, a mite overexposed, given the perils of our adventure, but I suppose it adds a thrilling edge to leave oneself open to danger and other things. I assume your choice of apparel isn't the subject of the day? What's on your mind?
If the reason that you like being around that person is that they remind you of home, remember the many reasons you went no contact with your birth family, and then reevaluate the relationship. You might save yourself a lot of grief. I have mast cell activation syndrome, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I also have an ESA cat turned medical alert cat, which mostly means that she's an opinionated calico who is happy to scream her opinions at me, including now when I eat what are poison foods for me, and I have a hard time in the bathroom afterwards. She'll scream and scold me while I'm having a hard time. I just had some poison foods for lunch after having some poison foods last night, and she's not happy about it. Yeah, hi darling, I know I frustrate you. I'm so sorry. I washed the Squishmallow, and it's still slightly damp, and Hades is very mad because he wanted to make biscuits on Flatfuck the Squishmallow, and it's damp, and he's had an unpleasant sensory experience, so he's pouting. The problem with having hyperadrenergic POTS and being polyamorous in good relationships is that I thought too long and too hard about how happy my partners make me and how I want to spend the rest of my life with them. And I got a happy adrenaline dump, and now I'm shaking, and my cat has only just stopped screaming at me now that I've sat down. And I'm here with my very salty chips, my hydration, having what is essentially the physiological response of a panic attack of that level of adrenaline because I was really, really happy. What the fuck? Let the record show, this is a couple minutes later, that being shown your partner's tits does not help lower the heart rate. They make my heart race. Yay! I am 30 years old. It is past 10 o'clock. I am trying to sleep. So why do I have a song about a weenus dance stuck in my head, preventing me from sleeping? Curse you, Samuel Dalton Reich.
I'd pray to God that you would choke if I had one. I'd put a noose around your throat if I had one. No, I'd put this bullet through your skull if I had one. No, I don't have proof, but I would kill you if I had some. I'd go right back to when we met if I only could. Put poison thoughts inside your head, fuck you up for good. I'd love to torture you to death, and you know I would. Make sure the cancer doesn't spread.
Shortly, I'm about to head out to a gallery event where I'm going to be introduced as one of the new artists for the gallery for my weaving stuff, Hawksong Weaving. Check it out. The LINK is in the BIO. And yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm a gallery artist. 6-year-old me is screaming with joy. I've got my cup of very, very strong black tea that will hopefully hit just as we arrive, because it's about 15 minutes to half an hour drive to get there. My two partners are coming with me, and we'll be like, yes, I'm with that one, the Weaver. Yeah, it's been a very long week, and I'm very excited for this. I need this win, and we need this win, and there's a fucking win.
You have massively fucked me over. I will never think of you the same.
Yep.
Enjoy your bad karma.
Right.
Rotten hell.
Right.
Evil bitch.
I don't want to die, but stuff keeps happening. And I don't have much time to cry, but I'll pencil you in. Kafkaesque and so repressed, it's crazy, I'm alive. Midlife crisis, but it started back when I was 5. The world is ending, I still pay my rent. The earth's on fire, I'll just stay in bed. The war is raging, I'll just place my bets. I'm just here 'cause nothing's killed me yet.
The plan is kind of changing, so we're just gonna take you with us.
Am I being kidnapped?
No.
Can I leave?
No.
And that bullshit right there is why I live in a place where the air hurts my face. No! The woman videoing that was like, oh no, little buddy. Ma'am, that is a fucking dinosaur. That is now climbing fences in your backyard. What is this thing? An alligator climbed a, 4-foot fence. And the woman in the video is just like, oh no, little buddy, he's struggling. I'm like, what the fuck? That is a fucking dinosaur.
Because nobody admits anything they've done! Even though it's a copy from the back, none of you want to touch! You're the fucking done! What am I supposed to do, huh? You're a fucking family! What do you want me to do?
I'm continuing to have Halcyon-coded bottom feelings about this particular...
No one know for sure. He changes the story every time you ask him.
I defrauded a major corporation. I robbed the second largest bank in France using only a ballpoint pen. I created a hole in the ozone of Ravignon. I killed a man with this stump.
Lay down, your women, and release that little bisexual boy from your magic.
Being non-binary / agender, gender fluid is a time when you have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, because you end up with gender envy for bone stock because it has more functional collagen than you do. Why am I being jealous of gelatinous goo? Why am I having gender envy? Why am I like, God, I'd really like to be a genderless blob, but not the one I currently am, one with functional collagen.
Is this it? Is today the day everyone gets fed up with me and my fucking bullshit? Or you could not do your fucking bullshit. No, it must be done. Come now, let's go drive them crazy.
Penelope, would you like to answer for your crimes? No? Well, that tracks. This calico steals pronoun pins, D&D dice, pens, embroidery, testosterone packets, and so much more. Yeah, she looks so cute and innocent. She's wiping the blood off her paws from murder. Little brat. I love her so much, but I'm never getting another calico ever again.
I've just put a new collection of glasses chains up on the shop, and this one is 10 glasses chains, one based on each of the 10 plagues of Egypt for Pesach. I want to show you one of them right now because I'm so stinking proud of how this one turned out. This is for Locust. Look at these. Look at these little guys. Hang on. They are simply chillin'. they're just hanging out right here. We're having a good time. Check it out. I'm pretty happy with this collection.
No, no! Son of a fuck!
I just got stared at and possibly judged by a squirrel for putting on my testosterone. I did not get a video because my gloves were covered with testosterone goop. But, fuck you too, you little squirrel. And remember, kids, if your doctor says you'll feel a bit lucky for the next few days after you get your vaccine boosters, and you have MCAS, know that that actually means you're going to feel like death. I'm learning that I'm not hard to love. I'm learning that I'm worthy of care and consideration, and that I'm not an inconvenience or a burden by needing to sit and needing to rest, and that if I actively burn myself out and work my body into the ground, then people will be sad. I'm learning that I'm wanted. And I don't know what to do with this. How do you accept love? How do you accept care? It's never not come with strings before, and this time it's not coming with strings. How do you do that? So I actually made a friend on this app, and I was messaging them and trying to let them know that I wouldn't be online much today because I've parked here early at Pride, because my town does Pride early because of the college students. And the messages keep being flagged as discriminatory content by the TikTok app. And so, A, I find that interesting. B, Riley, I'm not going to be online much today because I'm here parked early at Pride. But yeah, it's not a good angle, but I'm wearing like a cut shirt, and I'm feeling extremely butch and also a bit of a slut, both of which are very funny for me at this Pride event because I'm not butch. I'm one of the cinemiest, rolliest, cottagecoreiest, non-binary, agender, trans masks that I know. And the sluttiness is very funny because I'm ace and I'm polysaturated, and I've got two loving partners, and yeah, but I've thought about like offering like, you know, free press wide a honk because, you know, limited edition. That's literally what my shirt says, is living in Massachusetts, not massive huge tits, August 2024. And I'm going to be sharing my surgeon's information with everyone because she does not have a BMI limit. It will take you even if you smoke. And I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and a whole bunch of other shit. And she's still willing to take me. And I want to pass her information along. So, not willing necessarily to do that on this app just with people I know because I don't want her to be targeted by crazies. But yeah, also like I'm feeling my mustache, I'm feeling my Pokemon, I'm feeling like my various bits and bobs of very gay jewelry, and I'm just feeling good. And I'm parked here early at Pride because this is one of my jobs in the polycule, is I get to Pride early with the car, get good parking, because that way when we're all exhausted and or stoned, I can drive us home, because I'm also the early bird of the polycule. I don't know how I ended up with 2 night owls, but I would not trade them for the world. This is probably obvious to most people, but I'm not that bright, and I've had all the blood rushing south because I was at Pride today and there were a lot of very pretty people and I'm on testosterone. But those are just excuses. Mostly I'm just not that bright sometimes. Don't put your testosterone gel directly on a sunburn, especially if you have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and very sensitive skin. It hurts.
The short sun will be her best
She doesn't actually want affection. She's just telling me what to do because I put my testosterone on. Because she's not a misogynistic pick-me. She's a misogynistic top, and has internalized that since I am masculine and I usually do what she says, all other masks are to do as what she says. It's either very affirming or not affirming at all, or like, you know, revealing for eggs when she will interact with certain people who come over and not other people. Because she wants nothing to do with the trans femmes, she wants nothing to do with gender fluids, she just wants to bully the trans masks. And honestly, good for her.
What the fuck was that about?
Stella's got hurt bad.
Stella's got what? Ow. He can get hurt?
I'm a Mormon. I'm a homosexual. In my church, we don't believe in homosexuals. In my church, we don't believe in Mormons.
Take me down into your paradise. Don't be scared, 'cause I'm your body type.
It is incredibly hard not to feel broken permanently when just the simple act of being in a physical therapist's office, near a gym at the physical therapist's office, is enough to completely regress every single thing that I've made progress with regarding certain trauma responses. Because I don't want to serve my partners, I don't want to appease, I don't want to pacify as a method of keeping myself safe. It is not something that I have to do with them to appease and keep safe and do that in order to keep myself housed and fed. That's not something that I have to do. But gyms and that reality are so linked in my mind because of trauma baccalaureate reasons, that I know that I can work through this. I know that I will work through this. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do physical therapy because that was just walking through a gym space and I didn't even use any of the equipment. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to sleep on this and I'm going to make my decision after that, but it's hard not to feel broken. I hate this.
Repeat after me. Okay. Taking time to rest. Taking time to rest is an act of self-love. Is for lazy losers. No. Hustle, hustle, hustle!
Stop telling me that my white freckles don't look realistic. I'm not trying to look realistic, Karen. I'm trying to look like a mushroom so I can attract myself a cute fairy girlfriend.
If you hurt my girl, you will answer directly to me. And whatever crimes I commit against you, remember, I have diplomatic immunity in 46 countries, including Puerto Rico.
Hey boogie oogie bam bam, let's go body body boom boom. Hey boogie oogie bam bam, let's go body body boom boom.
I never expected to actually be at a place where I was getting stoned on the stoop with my girlfriend before, where I was gonna go vending the next day and sell all of my woven stuff and be happy and be poly and be gay. Like, the only thing that could have made this afternoon better was if my other partner was here. But I'm gonna see them tomorrow at the vending thing, and then, like, there's gonna be cuddles after the vending with all three of us, and we're gonna be able to be stoned and gay and happy and trans and all that, and there's cats, and it's all very, very nice. And also, that was a very, very strong blunt, and I just got secondhand. Woohoo for elevated rapid stuff metabolism. Yay! My pupils are having a time. Oh my god. Dang, I've got a really good handle on my mast cell activation syndrome. I'm feeling so much better. You know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna go have a large iced coffee and a sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel. And then for lunch, I'm gonna have some andouille sausage, more cheese, and a ton of strawberries that are, like, you know, slightly bruised. That sounds like a great idea. Yeah, you can absolutely do that. There's going to be consequences, and those consequences are going to involve joint pain, a low-grade fever, and being attached to the bathroom all afternoon while your medical alert cat screams at you because your shit smells weird. But you can absolutely do that with no issues whatsoever. And I'm slicing some bread for the Hobbit luncheon that I'm making for my partners to celebrate the first day of June because it's Pride Month. Yay! I have now cut my finger. Ow, 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 ow. Would you like me to go get some moss from the backyard and maybe some boiled lake water that has been made into pine tea to disinfect it? Ironically, it's the same fucking finger as the one that happens to. No, I'm going to be a responsible adult and get some Neosporin and an actual Band-Aid and then figure out whether or not I need stitches. I didn't need stitches. Also, fun fact, I looked up that homeschool instructor and her program was shut down by the state for child endangerment. Wow, I'm so surprised. Not.
An entire kingdom of candy sounds sticky.
Very sticky indeed.
Sounds
Bubble, you can't say that.
Alright, my partners are out at an event. They're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna get a bunch of cooking done while they're gone. What a great evening. They're going to leave you. They don't actually love you and they're going out and looking for a different partner to replace you with, one that has functional collagen. My partners are literally excited for the fact that I'm going to be having a wheelchair because it'll help me feel more affirmed in my short king energy and have more room for stickers for them to buy me. They're not going to leave me for someone with more functional collagen. What? Then you should have gone with them. You should have gone with them and waited in the car to make sure that they don't leave you. They are at an event for people who have and appreciate other people's tits. I have tits, but I don't appreciate mine, and I'm not gonna go to an event with that in mind. That's just an open door for dysphoria. They're never going to come back. They're going to leave you, and they're going to move into some other apartment. Their cat and their stuff and their expensive computer is here. And their name is on the lease. I don't think you're making any sense.
Where are your manners? Where's your customer service?
All right? Yowza. We have any manners or customer service? No, man. Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
We not have that.
Jake, how are you so funny? Trauma. I have trauma and I'm gay.
Something that I find very funny about talking with other trans masks who also have EDS and chronic pain, who have already had top surgery, is saying, yeah, I'm getting these chopped off in August, I'm incredibly excited, but then, depending on how well I know them, explaining the, yeah, no, because of wrong medications that I was on and the amount of parentification that was going on regarding my younger siblings, I've been lactating since age 16, and I have chronic pain in my left tit because there's so much scar tissue from chronic mastitis from when I was 16, from since I've been 16, that it just causes random sharp stabbing pains. And watching them clutch their own chest and be like, have that phantom pain because they're also chronically ill and trans masks and have had theirs chopped off, is very affirming in a weird way. So I made a pantry chili, according to my girlfriend, who many of you know as the Magma Entity's specifications. I put a pork bone in that, and the marrow melted and made marrow chili oil on top of the chili. And her lips are now stained, her nose is running, and she's like essentially purring in her office chair and looking at me like she wants to eat me. And I'm just a little bottom trans mask, and she's right now, but B, I am too ace to deal with the level of dopamine food horny that she is right now. And unfortunately, she's still stuck at work in her office, and I can't, like, call in reinforcements from our partner. But she said it's a good, lead up to the lamb fall that she's going to be having later on, this week, and I'm just... Okay. I was scared, but in a good way. I just asked her to have patience. The chili oil marrow has separated in the cold of the fridge and is now just on the top of the lid. So now you have a visual for said purring. She is essentially eating this like mapo tofu. It's so heinous. It's so red. It's so red. It looks dangerous. Like, how? I had one bite of this earlier, and I was dying. Oh my lord. You're about to rock up to the potluck with the Magma Entities chili, so I have a sign. Yes, hello, Penelope, precisely. Because this shit will kill someone if they're not careful. It never stops hurting. Because it just never stops hurting. Because, like, I'm doing really, really well. And I've got a lot of things that are going really, really well for me as a small business owner and as a small artist. And I just want to reach out to my mom and be like, look, I'm doing it. I'm doing all the things that you said I never could. And I'm actually being successful, and I'm happy, and I'm loved, and I can't reach out to her. Because she would twist it in ways that would decimate my health for months. And I can't afford to do that. I'm in the middle of my busy season as a small artist. Actually doing well, and just... I miss who I thought she was. I miss who I thought she was so much. And it never gets easier. I can reach out to my grandma, however. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go reach out to my grandma, and I'm gonna be proud of myself to her, and she's gonna fucking get it. Because she refers to me as a miracle. Yeah, I'm gonna go reach out to my grandma. Okay, I'm getting my mast cell activation syndrome diagnosis official. I've been given a bucket for my 24-hour urine collection. Should be just fine. Here we go. A few hours later. It is hot and humid today, and I have hyperadrenergic POTS, so I'm hydrating a lot. I'm gonna need a bigger bucket. In a Western Massachusetts polyamorous mood, I am staying inside the car because reasons, while my partners go into the Dunkin' to get us our iced coffee so that we are all caffeinated up for the Greenfield Pride. Yeah, this is fucking delightful. Shout out to the hairstylist, the Gen Z hairstylist at Great Clips in Northampton, that I saw today, who both loved my name and said that it was giving gender, and also is like, okay, on a scale of, like, binary feminine to masculine, how masked do you want this haircut? Because, like, we can absolutely give you, like, the square tips and stuff, but, like, I work in Northampton and I know how to make things not a pixie cut, and just, I appreciate this stylist so freaking much. But yeah, no, my name is giving gender because it's from Lord of the Rings and I'm a gay hobbit, and just, it's an absolute delight. It'll be post-top surgery and once I get my wheelchair, but I have an idea for a drag routine percolating. I dress as Gandalf, leaning on my staff, bellowing, "You shall not pass!" and then winking at the audience, breaking the fourth wall, saying, "Passing was never the goal in the first place, my darlings," whipping off the robes to reveal a genderqueer hobbit outfit. My wheelchair gets brought in, and I do seated voguing to a mashup of they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. I think this could be a lot of fun.
Ernie, what are you doing?
I'm touching grass, Bert.
Yeah, I can see that. Why?
If you have to ask, you won't understand.
I saw my baby trying hard as babe could try. What could I do? My baby's fun has gone and left my baby.
So I got the initial results back from my 24-hour urine collection test for my mast cell activation syndrome. And all of the things that I was tested for came back as, oh, you're mildly allergic to this. And I'm like, this is my POTS diagnosis all fucking over again. Because I specifically asked every single doctor and medical professional along the way, do I need to stop taking my antihistamines for this in order to get an accurate test results? Now, granted, I have not heard back from the doctor yet, and I do not know whether or not these, oh, you're mildly allergic to all of these test results are going to signify whether or not I have MCAS again. However, if they don't, I am going to insist on taking the test again after I've been off my antihistamines for a week and have been eating all of my flare-inducing foods. Because I know I have MCAS. It's established with every single medical professional who has seen my medical history and been told my symptoms that I have MCAS. And I'm not going to let this be these, oh, you don't actually have MCAS. Because this is what happened with my POTS diagnosis, is that I kept hitting the too low markers because because in order to get to the fucking doctor's appointments, I was hydrating and just consuming salt and electrolytes at an insane rate so that I would stay upright so I could make it to the fucking doctor's appointments. Because, shockingly, my partners couldn't drop everything and drive me every single time I had a doctor's appointment. That's just not how life works. So, yeah. I may be getting frustrated over nothing. This may be, oh, of course you have MCAS. This clearly shows you have MCAS. However, if it's not, I'm going to be insisting on taking this test again under my own circumstances and off my antihistamines, because this is some bullshit.
Just like Holy Mary, Mariana.
Hey, honey. Just a heads up that, I may have broken a finger. I'm genuinely not sure. You said that far too nonchalantly. Do we need to go to the emergency room? What? Why are you so calm? Huh? Oh, no, this happens a lot. Yeah, no, to the point that, like, I'll probably wait a couple days and, like, figure out whether or not it's, like, bad, because, like, this happened all the time when I was a kid. Like, I know that I've broken several bones, but I don't know how many times, because unless another adult, aside from my parents, saw me fall, I never actually got them treated, so, you know, life happens. What can I do to be of help in this moment? Why are you upset? You didn't break my finger.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 oh no.
Is there no way we can get rid of him?
Not without cause, Michael.
I have cause. It is because I hate him.
I made myself a crop top that says, living in Massachusetts, not massive huge tits, Teat Yeet, August 2024. And I've worn it to every single Pride event that I've gone to this year. And people always have a very, very funny reaction. And, like, for like, oh, and then they die laughing. Just like, yeah. No, I want to live in Massachusetts, not massive huge tits. Just, no. I am not a gamer. I date gamers, but I am not a gamer. But I also date gamers who are happy to info dump and give me clarifications. I also happen to date gamers who play Kingdom Hearts. And here's the thing. They could be feeding me absolute bullshit, but I'm pretty sure they're not, and that's just the game. So, and I'm too scared to go look it up myself, so I'm just gonna trust them on this. It sounds ridiculous, but apparently that's just the game. If my partners were going to lie to me about the plot and lore of Kingdom Hearts, I have more faith in their abilities to string together a coherent storyline with matching lore that makes sense. I don't know why they would lie to me, there's no purpose in that, but also, like, if they were going to, they'd be better at it than this. I don't know what the frick is going on with Kingdom Hearts lore, but it's sure as hell not simple and clean like the song says. My girlfriend borrowed my laptop to order a bra from Torrid, and it really screwed with my advertisements, and they thought I was a woman, after I'd trained them to not think that anymore. And now, finally, the land is healing, and Facebook once again knows that I am a gay man who really just should be farming with some chickens.
You can show a person that you trust them when you stop and lower your guard. Here we have a chance for some adjustment. Give it a try, it's not that hard, I'm telling you. This life is amazing when you
To me, the pain is loud, but it's invisible to the crowd. Try to be grateful, at least I'm alive. But is that enough when you feel like you barely survive? Pining for silver linings, riding the waves to shore. But chronic means there's always more. More tests and more treatments, more bed rest and regrets, more loved ones who walk away. More love for the ones who stay. Can't wait to meet you.
You can show a person that you trust them when you stop and lower your guard. Here we have a chance for some adjustment. Give it a try, it's not that hard, I'm telling you. This life is amazing when you.
This most recent batch of sparrow fledglings have learned that the cats cannot get them and have grown up with this fact, which is pissing the cats off to no end, because they used to scaring the birds away and being like doing pouncing, and now the birds just stay, and it's infuriating and deeply, deeply amusing for me. Sometimes I wonder what it is about my mother's side of the family that no one seems to understand the concept of hard and fast boundaries and respecting those. And it makes me terrified, because what if that's inside me? What if I'm not ever successful in just clawing that out? And what if I lose my partners over it? In short, my grandmother is not going to be coming and supporting me with top surgery, because I do not trust her to do so in a way that will not compromise any of my boundaries and will not end with me in pain, having just had a joyous amputation, being pressured to go back into contact with my parents. And I hate everything about that, because why can't I just have one family member that is not one of my older sisters be supportive? Just one. Just one. I'm not asking the universe for a lot. Just one.
Left me there to die, and now you're gonna watch me breaking through the dirt as death becomes a fight. You're gonna watch me blossom.
No, you might get it, Uncle John don't get it. And you can't tell Grandma 'cause her heart can't take it, and she might not make it. They say don't dare, don't you even go there, cutting off your long hair, you do as you're told. Till you wake up, go put on your makeup, this is just a phase you're gonna outgrow. There's something wrong in the village, in the village. Oh, they stare in the village, in the village. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It's true, it's true. There's something wrong.
About this enough, but the DIY to conservative pipeline is absolutely wild.
As always, but especially with Mercury, go back, watch the video, follow. Cannot recommend their content enough. But yeah, the DIY to conservative pipeline is a real thing. The crunchy to alt-right pipeline is a real thing. And I will also add my 2 cents as someone who has started new accounts, having been labeled as female on like, you know, like the little indicators, and starting new accounts with a male indicator because I'm trans, masc, agender. I was immediately handed incel content, and I had to actively work to train my new algorithms, train my new accounts away from incel content. And people get really upset with young men and young boys about how, like, oh, you shouldn't, like, how do you get on that content anyway? It's literally spoon-fed to them. The algorithms literally spoon-feed that to them. It was the first content available on my new accounts. Yeah, like, there are so many forces at play, and there are people who know far more about, like, how these forces are at play than I do. I'm just able to recognize a pattern because autistic. But just, yeah, like, the algorithms work for the people with the most money and the people who are willing to spend the most money. And unfortunately, that's conservatives, alt-rights, incels, because they're often one and the same. But yeah, just some more food for thought.
How the hell you spell chauffeur? Chauffeur. Ooh, fancy pants, Rich McGee over here. Fuck you.
I was just in Aldi, getting some groceries and a fan because the humidity is killing me. And this older gentleman was behind me and, like, you know, getting his things on the conveyor belt at the same time. And he kept being really concerned about the fact that his donuts kept, like, falling forward and hitting my stuff, including my fan. And, like, kept, like, being, like, increasingly agitated and distressed that his donuts kept hitting my fan. So I eventually was like, I pinky promise I'm not going to swear a blood feud because the donuts keep hitting the fan. At which point he relaxed, and, like, I don't know what's going on in his life that was such a concern for him, but I hope that he is doing well. And also just the sentence, I'm not going to swear a blood feud because your donuts hit my fan, is objectively funny, and I'm going to share that. Are you disabled and have a hard time making yourself actually fucking rest? Try dyeing your hair. You need to stay still in one location for the next hour or you're going to get green everywhere. And therefore you are forced to rest. Just little tips and tricks for disability ones.
Never saw it coming, now I can't relax. I'm all hypervigilance, under attack. Cause I know a secret my friends don't understand. Safety's an illusion, fate is all change. It's a miracle, the crowd all screams. Everyone's so proud of me. But I'm a graveyard, oh, I'm in deep. Miss the person I never got to be. Never got to be wild like the horses, naive like a child.
Wow, what an easily comprehensible incomprehensible, clearly stated point. There is no way I'm gonna misunderstand this so badly you're gonna doubt whether you can read.
My problem is not delusion. My problem is that I'm never fucking wrong. I wish it was delusion. I wish that I could just be like, oh, I'm just being crazy. Yeah, crazy fucking correct.
He's a blue.
She's a red. And I'm pink. Look at it.
You need to be more realistic. No. That gave me depression. It's time to be delusional and happy.